When Ghostbusters hit the movie theaters in 1984, no one expected the supernatural comedy would end up being one of the highest grossing comedies in history. Soon after, a cartoon show was created, a movie sequel, and with all this ghost busting came a cool car, firehouse, proton packs, and loads of ghosts. Enough toyetic properties for Kenner to turn into a 10-wave lasting toy line. But for every toy Kenner had on store shelves, there was an imitation in a dollar store nearby. Now in this Ed's Retro Geek Out, we're not afraid of no bootlegs or knockoffs, so be sure to subscribe for more spooktacular 80s and 90s toy videos. And now it's time to sip some of that Ecto Cooler and let's strap in for some toy history. The year was 1986 when Kenner's The Real Ghostbusters toy line was released, mainly based off of the cartoon show by the same name. But what was up with The Real Ghostbusters? The movie was just called Ghostbusters, right? Then again, there was also a Filmation live-action comedy show by the same name, which ran on CBS in 1975. This was something Columbia Pictures had overlooked, but quickly settled with Filmation. Then, after the success of the first Ghostbusters movie, Filmation saw an opportunity to revitalize their Ghostbusters into a cartoon show with its own toy line. Columbia knew they couldn't use Ghostbusters for their cartoons, so got around that legally by just adding real. Filmation's cartoon made their debut 5 days before the real Ghostbusters did, but they were immediately getting overshadowed by these real Ghostbusters, leaving many kids wondering what this Ghostbusters show and Tyco toy line was. In the end, the names were too close to each other, and there could be only one. A shame, because Ghostbusters had some great toys that would often be categorized as a ripoff or a knockoff. It featured a ghost buggy, a ghost house playset, and my favorite character has got to be the Wizard Primeval in this toy line. When the spooks in your closet are out to play and no one else believes you, then it's time to call the Ghostbusters. Always on guard, the work to make sure you are safe from the supernatural. Fighting the boogeyman is their job, and they do it well. Armed to the teeth with tricked out gear, they are always ready to take on the neighborhood ghoul and put them in their place. To the average citizen, they are heroes, but to the town's terrorizers, they are a force to be reckoned with. Filmation's toy line lasted only one wave. It just couldn't compete with the real Ghostbusters. But that's where the knockoffs and bootlegs come in.
I know something scary.
Good old Sun Gold will surely cook up a 5.5 Motu body with some sort of Ghostbuster-esque paint job, right? Sun Gold had some colorful skeletons with different heads and colors that could function as a supernatural being for the Ghostbusters to fight. One could actually debate whether the Underworld Warriors were a way to get into the ghost and monster toys of the real Ghostbusters toy line. But no, Sun Gold actually went above and beyond with all new sculpts for all four of the paranormal pros, creating a new body and face sculpt for Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, Peter Venkman, and Winston Zedmore. Egon had the red glasses and shares the same uniform color like Winston. Ray and Peter have a yellow uniform, and they all have their little belt bag on the left side. Marketed as spook chasers and often explained as Ghostbusters knockoffs in advertisements, the card had enough resembling elements to the original line they were knocking off, like the purple background with some ghosts on one side and the 4 spook chasers on the other side. The figures each came with a proton pack attached to a Neutrona blaster, just like the Kenner ones, this time in all yellow. All figures came with a companion ghost that, depending on the batch they came in, were yellow, orange, dark green, or a purple color. The ghosts could also be placed on the heads of the spook chasers for extra playability. So far, no other spook chasers action figures have surfaced, and there's no more promo on the back card like other Sun Gold toy lines used to have. It seems like Spook Chasers is one of the best executed knockoffs the in China manufactured toy company has made so far, with card examples fetching a lot of money right now. Then you had the Roy Rogers Critters, as the collectors call them. They were created by Marriott Corporation in 1989 and distributed by the Roy Rogers Restaurants as part of the kids' meal. 4 sculpts are known to exist, and each came in 4 colors, either translucent red, yellow, orange, or purple. They did add extra color for the eyes and tongue. What makes them a knockoff is the very big similarities with Kenner's Mini Goopers. Just like stomach stuff, these critters are made out of 2 parts, and you could place something inside them or combine the critters' top and bottoms with each other. They came out in 1990 and would blend in nicely with any Ghostbusters collection. One of the earliest knockoff pieces of merchandise has got to be the People Busters plushie dolls, taking the Ghostbusters logo and adding a human head. Now, there were even Reagan Busters at one point, but back to the plushie Ghostbuster toy. They're believed to have been made right after the first movie came out in theaters around '84, just a ghost plushie in multiple colors with the People Buster logo added on. Simple but effective, as there wasn't a lot of merchandise out yet. And anyone collecting is always out looking for variations. Well, there's a couple bootlegs where they changed up the colors and quality of the toys. A lot of toys were recast, like Full Speed Ahead Ghost in Yeti Toys Monster line. Now, this China-made bootleg is nowhere near the quality of the real deal, but still able to provide that friction-powered spark gimmick. These were probably meant as a dollar store item and came in lots of wacky, flashy colors. They removed the ripcord opening, changed the wheel to multiple cheaper wheels, and even the plastic is a lot lighter. In Latin America, a lot of the action figures got their bootleg incarnation like in the Mexican Casa Fantasmas line. Here's a bootleg Fright feature Winston Zedmore, lacking the Fright feature and a lot of paint details. The toy does come with a ghost like Sore Throat Ghost, who wasn't actually for Winston but for Egon. The toy comes on a yellow card with some badly photoshopped pictures and stapled in a plastic baggie to the card. Fright feature Egon was also recasted and turns out a lot smaller than the real toy. And here we see it years later with almost no paint left on the toy. And then there were a couple instances where the Ghostbusters bootleggers needed a little help from another toy line. For collectors, the real Vampire Ghostbusters toy line are some of the most sought after. It's got a Dracula logo instead of the Ghostbusters one on the cards. The Dracula logo actually came from the card art of a Mighty Max playset. First up, we got another Fright feature Winston, recast this time in yellow, beige, chrome, black colors with green eyes looking all sorts of creepy. It is unknown if the action feature works on this one. Then you have the Haunted Human Ex-Cop Ghost, who also got a new color scheme, mainly yellow with touches of red, green, and some silver thrown in. The action feature works just like the real deal. It's impressive to see this one next to the original toy. The Frankenstein monster also got a slight repaint and is also indicated on the card as the ex-cop ghost. But the Sixtygig Admiral takes the cake. The packaging sets up the toy as a Ghostbusters figure, but if you know about the new Adventures of He-Man toy line, then Butthead is all you're gonna see. This time with new colors and pictures of a prototype on the back of the card to show how the action feature works. I think the colors actually look better on the bootleg. There's something sinister about the black eyes and the brown-purple colors with white, red, and green details, making it look pretty darn good. The drawn image from the He-Man card was added onto this card and makes it pretty hard to recognize this as a bootleg. But there's more, like in this mashup with Mask. You got a red card with some ghosts and a Ghostbusters logo on it. A sticker on the blister indicating Ghostbuster Ray should be in this hybrid bootleg, but it's pretty much just a black recast Sonic Jet from the Mask Slingshot toy. On the toy, you can also read a sticker saying Ectoplasmic Cabin, and of course they needed to slap a Ghostbuster logo on this vehicle. The back of the card doesn't provide any more information, unfortunately. Now, for most toy lines, logo slapping is common business. When starting out, you can rely on molds you already have and just add your IP's logo on it to sell. So that's why it's easy for bootleggers to create toys easily mistaken for the real deal. Like this Playmobil recast called Busca Fantasmas. Just when you thought the Ecto-1 was cool, but you didn't think Chi-Land Plastic Manufacturing would grab an existing toy and give the Ecto-1 a real run for its money. They even added a couple of Ghostbusters Playmobil figures from the Space Explorers line to this one. The toy comes in white or orange with some sort of blaster on top and air propellers on the back. The Ghostbusters logos popped everywhere they could find a spot, and it seems to have a battery-operated light gimmick. Then again, they were just ahead of their time because Playmobil now has his own Ghostbusters toy line. Who is bootlegging who? Another thing that was really big for the Kenner line were the role-playing weapons, so any bootlegger could find themselves a water gun and call it a prototype. Pentagon Zapper. Here we got a couple with the Ghostbusters 2 logo on it, and now it's time to cross the streams. The Ghostbusters? Now with Hasbro's re-releases on the shelves and a new movie on the horizon, we're gearing up for a lot more bootlegs, but the art toy community has also taken some steps in creating some of their own creations, like Turd Busters. Made by Good Leg Toys in Germany, it's pretty much what it sounds like, a turd and a Ghostbuster mashup, limited to 30 made. Please leave in the comments down below which name you would have given your knockoff Ghostbusters toy line. Special thanks to Bring Back Kenner, Kenner Boy, and Poop Troop on Instagram for helping out with this episode. Remember to like the video and subscribe for more weekly toy videos. It's free! And if you'd like to do more, you can always check out my Patreon. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See you later. Bye!